Now that you know the types of facilities and operations in the longshore industry, let's see what types of individual jobs you may perform while working here. Did you know longshoremen have to work in all types of weather? As a longshoreman, you must be prepared to function safely at work in both good and bad weather. The cargo must be moved regardless of the weather conditions. Troy is one of the many longshoremen working as a holdman. He works aboard vessels on deck and also in the cargo holds. Troy, tell the new kid a little bit about what you do as a holdman.
My job typically involves slinging or unslinging cargo on general cargo vessels or working with container twist locks on automated container ships. Whenever I work topside, I have to wear my fall protection gear in addition to all my basic required PPE. When I'm working, I always make sure I do not put myself under suspended cargo and holds of vessels. I lost a good friend that did that a few years back. Watch where you walk.
Thanks, Troy. I remember that accident. Always remember to wear your fall protection gear and never stand under suspended cargo in the hold of a vessel. Now, if you look right down there, that guy working is my buddy Tom. Tom is a lander. Landers work dockside on container ships, inserting and removing semi-automatic twist locks, or SATLs, in and from containers. As a lander, Tom is also responsible to help guide containers into place on a chassis or bomb cart equipment. Landers also sling and unsling break bulk cargo in general cargo operations. Clerks work inside terminal offices with computer equipment. Clerks and checkers also have to do more hands-on tasks with containers to verify seal numbers and the physical condition of the units. Regardless of the way the work is done, the work is still the same. They are responsible for counting, verifying, recording, and examining all cargo received and delivered into and out of terminals and warehouses on the waterfront. Earlier, we learned there are quite a few different types of cranes here at the waterfront. A lot of these cranes require specific knowledge and abilities to properly and safely operate them. Crane operators sit in the crane's cabin and control the movements of the powerful equipment. Container gantry crane operators have one of the most important and stressful jobs on the waterfront. These operators virtually control and run the operation. This makes it even more important for safety to be your first concern as an operator. A lot of lives are literally in your hands. Longshoremen also operate shore-based crane equipment as well as ship's gear. Container lashing is another critical part of longshore work on board the ship. It requires strength, balance, and skill. The best industry practice is to work in pairs. Lashers also partake in ro-ro operations by securing vehicles. This safeguards vehicles from movement and damage during voyages across the sea. Spotters are often used with forklift operations and when moving vehicles during ro-ro operations. Longshoremen also perform maintenance and repair work on the equipment we use in all of our operations. Mechanics receive training to learn how to do the job correctly and safely. They also learn about any special PPE that may be required for the job. Repairs necessary to keep our gear and equipment in good working order is done by mechanics and repairmen. Riggers hold a special place in my heart. My pops was a rigger. Riggers are longshoremen who are trained and certified to handle and move loads. These guys select and inspect rigging equipment based on the configuration and capabilities of the hitch being used. The type and integrity of rigging equipment is of the utmost importance in these operations. One wrong or faulty piece of equipment can cause the whole lift to fail, with serious potential to hurt someone. Once they've selected appropriate equipment that is in good working order, riggers identify lift points on the cargo to be lifted. Then they attach the equipment for lifting. Riggers have to have knowledge of load angle factors, rigging capacities, and load integrity. Riggers also must understand hand or voice signals for operations. Many riggers are also signalmen. We will learn more about communicating in the workplace later.